The link between good character, telomeres, and aging reveals how deeply our inner thoughts, emotions, and character traits influences the very biology of our cells. Telomeres are protective caps at the ends of our chromosomes, often compared to the plastic tips on shoelaces. They protect DNA from damage during cell division. Each time a cell divides, telomeres naturally shorten, and when they become too short, the cell can no longer divide properly, leading to aging. Thus, telomere length is a biological marker of aging. Stress and negative emotions play a big role in telomere shortening and biological aging. Chronic psychological stress, worry, and bitterness accelerate telomere shortening. These negative emotions raise levels of cortisol and oxidative stress, damaging cells and hastening the aging process. In contrast, inner peace, compassion, and good emotional regulation protect telomeres. The mind and body are not separate. The quality of our emotions, negative or positive, literally shapes the lifespan of our biological cells. Good character traits are a stabilizer of our inner world. Positive character traits, such as patience, love, forgiveness, humility, gratitude, and integrity cultivate positive emotional balance that mirror those of God's nature and character. Studies suggest people with strong positive character traits experience less chronic stress and can recover faster from adversity. It lowers inflammation, stabilizes hormone levels, and preserves telomere length. Essentially, positive character traits creates a biological shield against premature cellular aging. Research by Nobel laureate Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn and psychologist Dr. Alyssa Epel, authors of the telomere effect, show that practices linked to compassion, mindfulness, gratitude, and positive relationships can activate telomerase, the enzyme that rebuilds and lengthens telomeres. People who cultivate empathy, forgiveness, and purpose, all hallmarks of good character traits, often display stronger telomere maintenance and slower biological aging. Integrity and authenticity can reduce physiological wear. Living with integrity means aligning one's thoughts, heart, and actions. When people deceive, live in hypocrisy, or harbor guilt, the body responds with tension, elevated blood pressure, and stress hormones. But those who live truthfully tend to carry less inner conflict, their nervous systems rest more easily, and their telomeres benefit from that peace. Truthfulness heals at the cellular level. Forgiveness and emotional release slow cellular decay. Unforgiveness traps the body in a loop of stress responses, the fight or flight state, which accelerates telomere loss. Conversely, forgiving others releases inner tension, lowers cortisol, and restores calm. Studies show that those who practice forgiveness and compassion exhibit longer telomeres than those consumed by resentment or hostility. Thus, mercy literally slows the ticking of our biological clock and slows aging. A sense of moral or spiritual purpose, often found in people's strong faith or positive character, sustains motivation and resilience. People with meaning in life tend to make healthier choices, maintain better relationships, and regulate stress effectively. All of these factors correlate with longer telomeres and healthier aging. Purposeful living is not only spiritually fulfilling, it is biologically protective of your cells during division. Good character trait slows aging at both the spiritual and cellular levels. Virtue nourishes the mind, which in turn protects the body. Our thoughts, actions, and moral habits echo all the way down to our chromosomes. To live with love, patience, and humility is to align one's biology with harmony and balance, to let the body mirror God's nature and character. As Proverbs 17 verse 22 beautifully puts it, "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones." Science and Scripture, though different in language, speak the same truth. Goodness preserves life, and evil bring death. Emerging evidence from molecular biology and psychology suggests that positive character traits is not merely a cultural or spiritual ideal, but a measurable determinant of biological aging. The link between ethical integrity, emotional regulation, and telomere maintenance is real. The biological clock of cellular life is dependent on our thoughts, heart, and actions. Integrating research from psychoneuroimmunology and moral philosophy, it argues that virtue functions as a stabilizing force within both the moral and biological ecosystems of the human body. For centuries, moral philosophers and theologians have asserted that virtue preserves life and vice brings death. Modern biology is now providing empirical evidence for this ancient wisdom. The discovery of telomeres, the protective end caps of chromosomes, and their role in aging has opened a new frontier linking cellular health to emotional and ethical life. As telomeres shorten with people who are unconcerned with what is right or wrong, and lengthen with people who are concerned with what is right or wrong, science is beginning to affirm that mankind's nature or character traits may have biological consequences. Telomeres have been found to protect genetic material during cell division, much like aglets preserve shoelaces from fraying. Every time a cell divides, its telomeres shorten slightly, marking the passage of biological time. When they become critically short, the cell ceases to divide and enters senescence or dies. Research led by Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn and Dr. Alyssa Eppel has shown that stress, pessimism, and chronic hostility accelerate telomere erosion, whereas positive emotional states and supportive social environments maintain telomere length. Thus, telomeres serve as molecular witnesses to the moral and psychological quality of our lives. Character traits such as patience, humility, and forgiveness regulate the nervous system and mitigate the effects of chronic stress. These virtues lower cortisol, inflammation, and oxidative damage, all key contributors to telomere shortening. Conversely, resentment, deceit, and chronic anger activate the body's fight-or-flight response, maintaining harmful physiological tension. Ethical life, therefore, is not only a social good but a biological necessity. Moral coherence stabilizes internal chemistry. Integrity, the alignment of thought, word, and action, produces an internal state of congruence. From a physiological standpoint, this congruence mirrors cellular homeostasis, the body's equilibrium. Individuals living dishonestly or under moral conflict experience elevated stress responses and psychological fragmentation, which are mirrored in dysregulated hormonal patterns and telomeric decay. Living truthfully reduces internal dissonance, creating a biochemical state analogous to moral peace. In this way, ethical integrity becomes a form of biological coherence. Studies have demonstrated that compassionate meditation and forgiveness-based interventions can enhance the activity of telomerase, the enzyme responsible for repairing and lengthening telomeres. Compassion, empathy, and altruistic behavior engage neural pathways that lower inflammatory cytokines and promote oxytocin release, hormones linked to bonding, healing, and regeneration. Forgiveness, long regarded as a spiritual virtue, is now measurable as a biological rejuvenator. Ethical benevolence, it seems, preserves not only relationships but also chromosomes. Purposeful living, whether expressed through faith, family, or moral mission, exerts profound effects on longevity. A sense of meaning reduces existential stress and aligns behavior with coherent goals. People with strong ethical or spiritual orientation demonstrate lower mortality rates and better immune regulation. This is not mere coincidence. It reflects a body's response to psychological coherence. The moral self, when unified by purpose, organizes biological energy toward resilience and renewal. Human beings are moral biological ecosystems in which ethical choices ripple through biochemical pathways. Just as environmental pollution harms ecosystems, moral pollution, in the form of greed, deception, or hatred, degrades the cellular environment. Conversely, virtues act as antioxidants of the soul, neutralizing the oxidative stress generated by internal and external conflict. In this light, moral education and character development become essential components of preventive health care. Ethics, properly understood, is a form of biological stewardship. In conclusion, the relationship between good character and telomere integrity reveals a profound truth. The moral and the biological are not separate realms but reflections of the same cosmic order. Virtue stabilizes the psyche, harmonizes the body, and extends the vitality of life itself. The ancient proverb, "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones," finds empirical affirmation in molecular biology. In an age where medicine seeks longevity through technology, the wisdom of moral living offers an older, deeper path, the renewal of life through inner harmony and goodness.